Hello, Coolers, and welcome back to Viva Barca. Welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to be discussing on the latest developing stories. We start with Gundogan as Barcelona are reportedly negotiating with the Premier League midfielder after explicit request from Xavi Hernandez. We are going to be discussing on that as we progress. Then secondly, talking about Ousmane Dembele, as transfer expert Fabrizio Romano claims Barca have proposed an initial extension offer to the Xavi favorite attacker. We are also going to be discussing more on that. So guys, as we get right into the full story in much detail, please do ensure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. Barcelona are ready to reinforce their team with several signings this summer. After a mostly mixed 2022-23 season, the club spent nearly 150 million euros last summer and mustered La Liga and the Spanish Super Cup trophy for their efforts. The goal for next season is to go deep into the Champions League, which will mean splashing some cash on players. However, due to their dire financial situation, Barca will have to resort to Bosman moves and inexpensive transfers. One of the players on the agenda on the explicit request of Xavi is Manchester City's Ilkay Gundogan. Barcelona are negotiating with the German and believe that they can fit him in within financial fair play borders. The 32-year-old is set to become a free agent in the summer and is ready to leave Pep Guardiola's City. Further, they are not ready to offer him anything more than a one-year contract even if he wants to stay. Barcelona, on the other hand, will table a deal worth 2 or 3 years. Gundogan will, however, have to lower his salary to complete the move to the Catalan capital. He is very attracted by the offer and, according to the previous report, has already given his green light to Xavi for the move. Barcelona have already sent their financial plan ahead of the summer transfer window to La Liga and are optimistic it will get approved by the 19th of May. That will help them push through the signings of Gundogan and Inigo Martinez, along with the registrations of previous contracts, which is now a priority. Ilkay Gundogan is on his way to winning a third consecutive Premier League title this season and is also in the UEFA Champions League semi-finals. He has scored 6 goals in the league to go along with his 3 assists across 29 appearances. Ilkay Gundogan is a magnificent player, to be honest, and I think bringing him to Barcelona will still be a very good signing. Despite being in his 30s, I think Gundogan still have that quality and that technicality that we need in our midfield, most especially as Sergio Busquets have departed. And it will be important that Barcelona look for a replacement. But to be honest, Ilkay Gundogan, we can't consider him a replacement because it is not long term. Because if you ask me, I want a replacement for Busquets that is still young and still have a lot of years ahead of him. Because Busquets himself came and cemented his place as the best DM in Barca when he started at a very young age. And I definitely think Barca themselves will be prioritizing other younger DMs out there. Of course, we know players like Martin Zubimendi of Real Sociedad, who have been Barca's top choice for a very long time as a Busquets replacement. Ilkay Gundogan, of course, from the look of things, does not fancy extending his contract at Manchester City. And of course, there have been a lot of talk that City are not in good terms when it comes to the transfer terms, or let me say the proposals of the contract. And Ilkay Gundogan have been convinced by Xavi, who reportedly have been calling the player to explain his project, to explain his style of play, that is his tactics, and of course to explain what they expect next season. And according to reports, the player is convinced about Xavi and his way of doing things and his project, and the player have said a yes to Barcelona and is just now to sort out the contract issues with his club Manchester City. Of course, his contract comes to an end and Barcelona are hoping that he will be a free agent when his contract comes to an end. If he does not extend his contract, automatically he will come to Barcelona for nothing, for no fee, as we did last summer with a handful of players. So it remains to be seen how things are going to go from here on as Barcelona continue to keep an eye on Ilkay Gundogan, who continue to also show interest in the Catalan capital. So all hands on deck as Barcelona continue to search for a new midfielder, most especially as the legendary and one of the best who have ever graced the game, Sergio Busquets, have announced that he will be leaving the club come end of the season. Then on to the next story of discussion. As the summer approaches, Barcelona have their task cut out as they not only look to sign new players but also secure the futures of their existing stars, especially after losing Sergio Busquets. One of the players Barcelona are keen on keeping hold of is Ousmane Dembele. The Frenchman is one of the favorites of coach Xavi Hernandez, who had played a key role in his revival since the start of last year. Xavi has indeed honed Dembele's qualities, turning him into a fine creative weapon for Barcelona in the final third. However, as the summer approaches, the forward's future could be in doubt. Even though Dembele has a contract until 2024, his deal includes a release clause worth only 50 million euros, which would enable suitors to sign him on a cut price deal. But according to Fabrizio Romano, Barcelona have made their first step in the bid to keep hold of Dembele. They have tabled a new proposal for Dembele over his contract extension. It is just the opening, though, and there will be new rounds of talk. Romano adds that Barca coach Xavi considers him untouchable, much like some of the first-choice defenders in the current setup, including Ronald Araujo. It appears the Catalans are seemingly desperate to avoid having to sell Dembele for just 50 million euros this summer. Given the forward's performances and his age profile, there should be no shortage of suitors either. While the club will try everything they can to prolong the stay of Ousmane Dembele, the futures of other Barcelona attackers remain uncertain. The likes of Rafinha and Ferran Torres have continued to be linked with a move away from the Camp Nou as part of the club's plans to generate fresh income. One would expect the future of these players could play an important role in determining the fate of Dembele next season. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, bye bye.